Hi guys, I'm gonna be doing a guide on Lee today. Um, the last video I made, I didn't do too well with the sound, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do a remake. So a lot of this would be repeated from my old video, but I have a few additions to talk about. Okay, so let's get started. Who am I? I used to be an ex-Lee player from Tekken 6. I played here in Japan. I got up to Overlord rank. I think it's the second or third red rank. I used to play with pretty high ranked players like Ranka and Tetsuo. A few wind gods out there. Um, yeah, so now that Lee's here on Tekken 7, thought I'd pick him up again. I haven't played for about four years, a little over 4 years, so I'm a bit rusty, but I'm getting up there. So let's talk a little bit about the character. His difficulty. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you want to put the Mishima guys at above 8, Lee's about a 5 or 6. He's not that hard to play. I'll go over some difficult parts, but they aren't required for you to play them efficiently. So yeah, let's get started here. I want to talk about his mechanics first. So he has this thing called misstep. It's this thing right here. You can use it like this. This is quite an important move because it puts you in a crouching state. You simply tap forward. And let me give you an example of how useful this move is. Okay, so I got Claudio on punch here, right? Watch this. See how I don't get hit by that first punch, and I can block immediately afterwards if I want to. See? So it's quite a good move to use. This is his main movement. Alright. You would use it in a combo like this. Just a disclaimer, this is not a combo video, this is a Lee guide. This is assuming you know how to use his moves and already know how to do his combos. Alright, so next thing on the list, we're going to talk about Hitman. It's this thing right here. There's about, I think, 7 moves. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? They're all quite useful, to be honest. We'll go over them one by one and some uses of them. So, what exactly is this move? It's Lee's little stance here. It's his little badass come get me thing, right? And you don't use this move by just to get into it. You could press both kick buttons at the same time, and it'll take you in there. But the good thing about this move is you can pull this off. You can do this move after you do another move, and we're gonna go over all of them and their uses and the recommendations. Okay. All right. So, example 1. This one right here. After this move, you can go into Hitman. It's cool, right? All right. After this move, you go into Hitman. After this one, you go into Hitman. After this one, you can go into Hitman. After this move, go to Hitman. This one, Hitman. This one, Hitman. This one, Hitman. I think that's about it. I don't think I'm missing that much. If I am, sorry. I'll see if I can follow up on that. So, what does this mean? What exactly does it do? How strong is this? Well, oh, here's one more I forgot. We'll talk about this one. Well, let's use this one as an example. Okay. You can go to Hitman, or you can stay like that. Okay. So let's see what happens. What's the difference between the two? Okay. Let me change this to normal. Okay, so he's gonna punch me, right? This is hitman. See, the first hit doesn't hit me, right? But watch this. If I do this normally, that first hit actually hits me. So what exactly is happening here is you actually... What's happening is you're actually moving back a little bit. It puts you in an advantageous position. So let me give you an example of how you would use this. Dodge the first hit, boom, right? Right? They can't reach you. It's so goddamn powerful. You should use it all the time if you can. You could press down to get out of it. That's fine. Just hold back to block. All right. So let's talk about Hitman a little bit more in detail about the moves that I just showed you that take you into it. So this one's a good one. This is recommended to use. The reason is you have your distance. You can do mix-ups. Since you do have your distance, you can do something like this. Oh, sorry, that's my phone. You can do something like this. It gives you that distance to kind of pull off whatever you want to do. Oh, one more hitman I forgot about is this right here. Okay. Another hitman we talked about was this. I don't recommend it. It's useless. I mean, like, what are you gonna do after this? Probably nothing. Okay. Now another good one is this one right here. The reason is if you got these guys that are running at you and you have your distance, and if they get hit by this counter, you can go into a combo, and it kind of keeps them away from you. You kind of build this wall of safety with this move and going into Hitman. You could do that, and then kind of go into Hitman and make them think, you know, oh, he's done with this move. You know, not really. I go into Hitman. I have a second wing here. You know. All right, so use this all the time. This is very, very powerful. Very powerful. Okay. Next one. This one. Not that good. I guess you can. The reason why you would use this at this timing is to get the distance and kind of put yourself in a safe position. Let's see the difference of with and without. So it's got blocked. Hold on. See, I'm kind of right in his face, right? But if I can kind of dodge that little first punch if he tries to jab me. So, do I recommend this? Yeah, why not? Next one is this one. I guess you can, if the opponent doesn't know that you can go to hitman after that and he tries to hit you, yeah, you can do that. It'll probably hit him, because, you know, you have your distance. So, do I recommend this one? Yeah, why not? Alright, next one is this. If you don't hit them, they can punish you. If you do hit them, you're already in an advantage, right? Yeah, they can't break that. So when do I want to use this? When do I want to use this hitman sense? If they block it. You know, it'll give you a second chance to kind of redeem yourself here. You know, okay, it didn't hit them, I made a mistake. Okay, right. So there's that use there. Good example of that happening, or hold on, let me show you an example of a. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so he's gonna punch me, right? If I imagine he blocked that, see, he's not gonna be able to reach me. Let me just do normal. If he did block that, he's gonna be able to reach me. But if I do that, I get so far back, he's not gonna be able to touch me. Okay. All right, so you got that one. Another one is let's see, this one. This is pretty strong because we'll talk about this in more detail later. But the reason why it's strong is these 2 punches leads you into a middle, a low, or a high. So you can stop at the second hit, making them think, oh, something is going to come afterwards, but let's get into Hitman and kind of put more pressure on them. Another thing I want to talk about, actually, this Hitman thing, the reason why it's so strong is it puts them in such a... It puts them in a situation where they need to decide if they're going to go after you or if they're going to block. So, I mean, imagine you're Claudio right now, right? And okay, cool. You blocked it, but he's in Hitman, so I don't want to get near him. I don't want to do anything. I don't know what he's gonna do, because if I try to hit him, I'm gonna get hit by that. If I try to punch him, I'm gonna get hit by that. Okay. So, okay, back to the when to use Hitman. It's this one right here. Is this good? Absolutely. I'll show you why. What happens here is you're at a frame advantage. After you do that move, I'll talk about useful moves later, but they can't break this. Okay, not Hitman, sorry, hold on. Okay, bad habits. They can't break this. There's nothing they can do about it. I mean, they could of course block, but they can't break it. So what does that mean? What does that mean? So they're probably, if they know about this, they're probably not going to do anything, and they're going to block. So if you get into Hitman position afterwards, you're going to put them in a little bit of a pressured situation. You can do whatever you want. You can do nothing. You know, just kind of scare them off a bit. Say, oh crap, something might be coming, but maybe not. Okay. Alright, so... Oh, here's another one, sorry. Actually, I did go over that. Is that advantageous? I don't know. This is a new move for Tekken 7. I wouldn't say no. I don't know too much about this to give you any good information, but... maybe just standing in front of them is better than going to Hitman. You have more things you can do. You don't have to rely on going into that every time. Maybe sometimes. Okay. So, just to recap, the only useless one that I could think of is this. Yeah. Oh, another Hitman I forgot about is left kick Hitman. That is very strong too. Number one, this reach is very long, and it pulls you back. Okay. You could probably dodge like three kicks there. Very damn strong. Okay. Alright, so now that we got Hitman in place, let's talk about some difficult things you have to learn with Lee. Now, I gave him a score about a 5 or 6, so what I'm about to show you is not required to do. It is very nice if you know how to do it. It will make a difference, but you know, you could stick to standard combos or whatever you need to do to kind of, yeah, I'll show you here in a second, but wall carry or whatever. So, number one, the one that I could think of is this right here. Now, if you've noticed, I kind of carried them all over here, right? Let's do a version where I don't do it. See? Oh, actually, hold on. Let me kind of show you the difference between doing it and not doing it. Alright, so here's the normal punch version, okay? See, I can't, it doesn't quite reach that wall. However, man, I hope I can pull this off in one shot. If I do it this way, I can take him all the way. It makes a small difference there. Actually quite huge, depending on the stage. Now, how do I do that? What is happening here? It's quite simple. You can actually see what's going on here. You're simply doing the first move and misstepping into the second one. However, it's quite difficult because you kind of got to be frame perfect. See how he dropped him? You can't be slow. You got to be pretty precise. Okay, so those are some mess up examples. So you got to practice this a bit. Okay. Alright, so that's one difficult thing about Lee. Number 2 is... what was it? Oh yeah. Alright, it's gonna be this one right here. Let me talk about that after this one, because this one's a little bit more easier one I'm about to show you. So, remember I talked about the misstep and how you kind of crouch? Well, guess what? There's moves that Lee has that you have to be at a crouching state to actually trigger. A good example is this one. Okay, so this is while standing, right? Okay. While standing, bam bam. You use it in a combo too. Well, see, here's the part, the combo. What is happening here? What exactly, how am I pulling this off? So if you look very carefully at this combo, I'm misstepping, right? If you go backwards after the misstep, you're crouching and you could just go forward, back, and then do your command. Just right punch, left kick. You don't have to push down at all whatsoever. Okay, I'll give you an example. I'll show you an example with and without that, you being able to do it. Okay, so we have that wall on the other side, right? Here you go. I actually reached them. Okay, so I couldn't reach the wall that time, right? But watch this. Sorry guys, that's not a sample, is it? Hold on. Okay, so it takes you to the wall, right? My point here is, it's more of a combo thing. You don't need to learn how to do it. It's not that important. But if you get to the higher levels and you're kind of doing mix-ups, it's quite useful. For example, if I'm like kind of harassing him like this, I could pull that off, right? It's a mid attack too, so okay. The combo version of this, we of course have this one, okay. Bam, 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 whatever. All right, so now the third one, super hard one, is gonna be this. Wow, I can't pick this guy up from there. Okay, so what I'm trying to show you is after this, you can pick them up and go into a combo. Let's see what happened there. And you get a bit closer, forward, pick them up. Okay. I don't know why it's not working on this guy, but it works on bigger characters, I guess. Or maybe I just gotta get closer. You gotta do it rather quickly. Bingo. Okay. So that's the third difficult one. So what's happening here is if you counter hit the guys with this move, you need to kind of stand up immediately afterwards, and you can pick them up with this kick. I forgot about this kick is you go into hitman too. Is it useful? Yes, long range. Okay. Let's try that one more time. Alright, so there's that. Alright, now we got the hitman out of the way, we got the difficult moves, we got the sway uses. Alright. The next thing I want to talk about is least common moves and his most useful ones. So he has a whole bunch of useless ones. Actually, not really. He's a very safe character. He has some useless moves, but you're gonna come across leads that use the same moves over and over, and the same moves are the following. It is going to be this. Probably 70% of the moves that the professionals do is gonna be this. Why? It's because you can sidestep afterwards. For example, let me show you what happens if I do sidestep. Afterwards. 1, 2, 1, 2, okay, boom. See, I can sidestep that first hit. Okay. So there's that. I could do this. I could do this. Okay. Now these are happening because I'm actually doing the first hit on him. If he blocks, the story's a bit different. Like, that's not gonna hit him if he blocks it with the move he's doing, at least. All right. So let's recap. I could sidestep. I could do something like this. That's fine. I can right kick. That's those are the common ones. I can do this. All right. Let's have this guy block. And just kind of play around with other options. Just do it again. That's a good one too. It's a mid-mid. The reason why it's good is the only way they can break this spam right here, is if they pull a 10 or 11 frame on you. I'm not going to talk about frames too much on this video, but an example would be just a jab would be a 10. If they jab you after this block, it's going to hit you. So, therefore, sidestep it. You know, problem solved. Do this move because it ducks the jab. No worries. You cannot, however, hit them with the right kick afterwards if they block it. And they try to jab you. Alright? So, use this all the time if you can. You know, just sometimes block afterwards, watch what they're going to do. Okay? But this should be the move that you should be using to when you're close up to them. You know, you have so many options of movement afterwards. Alright, sorry about that. The light popped in real quick. The second one's gonna be, you've already seen this, but it's a right kick. It's this one right here. It's a 11 frame. It's super strong because it takes into a combo. Okay. So other yeah, you could use it right here. It's very strong in sidestepping too. If they try to sidestep your moves, if you kind of keep hitting like that, I believe it hits them. And I mentioned before, sidestep, right kick. That's very strong too. Alright, let me show you. Alright, and do whatever you need to do there. Okay, so now the next one, useful move, I mentioned this before, but it's this. Why is it strong? Well, guess what? It takes you into ducking state afterwards. Okay, for example, I could do this. If you want to. The fact that you're ducking afterwards, he cannot do high on you. And I think you're... I know a jab can hit you afterwards, so I know it's at least a -1. But they can't launch you after this if you kind of do that. So here's what I like to do with this. Bam, slide. Alright, that's pretty common that you see in Lees. If they want to try to duck that, fine. Sidestep, fine. Do nothing, fine. Alright? Now, another thing is this move, it's homing. You can check out some of Ares' videos. He goes into basic mechanics of the game. I recommend watching his videos. He does go over homing skills, I believe. But this is Lee's homing skill, right here. It is strong. Very strong. If you have like a Fang always doing this little sidestep thing, if you know it's coming, just do this shit. Pick him up. Remember that little pickup I was talking about? This thing? Yep. Go into a combo. No worries. Alright. Another strong move. We're gonna go over all of them. There's quite a few of them. It's gonna be this. The reason is you can't. You're at a frame advantage. I know for sure they cannot jab you after that if you're doing this move. So you can pull this into this whole combo right here if you want. Alright. Yeah, I talked about this move a little bit, but of course you go into Hitman. You can do mix-ups. You know, like if the player knows that they can't break it, they're gonna block it. Block whatever. Block it meaning after they do this, they're not gonna do anything. The good players will not do anything afterwards because they know they're at a frame disadvantage. So, which means you're at an advantage, and you can start doing mix-up afterwards. You know, if they try to sidestep after that, they might be able to dodge some things. You know, just pull that off. But this is a move that you want to use as often as you can. It is weak against sidesteps. So if you got a guy that's far away that just got hit by, you know, something like that, and then you do that, if he sidesteps it, you're not going to hit him. Alright? Another move, useful move. This one's particularly good for the Mishima guys because they're Fujinken, the God Fist Wind, whatever, the electric hit thing, the uppercut. I don't know what it's called in English. That move is a high, and this has range, so this is very strong against them. They can't get near you too much, and if they want to get near you and hit you, it's probably going to be that move that I was just talking about. The electric EWSF or something. I forgot what it's called. Alright. Sorry, I've been playing in Japan for so long. The Japanese names. Alright, so this move is a good move to go to. If they do block it, the only punish they can do is this right here. Whoop-de-doo. No worries. After you do it, you're in a ducking state. So if you could do a small mix-up if you want. Alright. Next good move is this left kick. Why is this a good move? Number one, the range is very far. They cannot punish you. You can go into Hitman if you want. It has a second hit, and you could delay the crap out of it. See that? This is fast. Slow. Okay. So, a lot of good players just kind of stop here. You know, boom boom. Example. I don't recommend doing this after this because it's a slow move. I think it's like a 14. I don't know the frame data anymore. I forgot about it. You can go to Tekken Zaibatsu to check that out. But there you go. It's this move right here. Alright, it's a good one. I've talked about this already, but here's another useful one. It's this one. Reason is, I'll discuss this again, but it gives you the distance between them, the opponent and yourself. You can go to Hitman too, which is good. If you counter hit them, you can go into a combo. Okay. Yeah, you can go into a pretty decent combo if you counter hit them. It's a mid too. And another thing is, I think it's a... You do get a minus frame afterwards, but it's not that big. They can't punish you. Use it as much as you can. You can sidestep a lot of their moves afterwards. My controller's not doing well. Alright? So there's that. Use this all the time if you're far away. Not only if you're far away, but you know, just pull it out whenever you can. Okay. Next thing is this is called Imparos in Japanese. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's this move right here. There are some characters that do have punishing. I think King can hit you after this. Don't quote me on that. But this is strong because the reach, and not that many characters can punish it, I guess. What you should avoid doing, however, is this right here. Let's say they're against the wall, right? Do not do it in front of their face. They don't launch you, okay? There's a difference from doing it here and in the wall. Here's the wall. Here's far away. It's still too close. Oh, okay, it doesn't push them back if they're against the wall, that's right. So here's the difference from wall and standing. Okay. They can't launch you here, so please be careful with that. Alright, another useful move. Is this right here. The reason is, this is, I think, Lee's only rock, paper, scissors. Actually, he has this one, but that's a garbage move. Don't use it. He has this, middle, and low. And he can stop and go to hitman, like I mentioned before. So this is quite useful. I do it pretty often. I kind of stop on the second hit if I want to. If they block it, just, you know, sidestep if you want. If they try to hit you and you do this attack, it actually goes under the high. So, for example, okay, so boom, boom. Okay, hold on. Let me kind of get my distance. See, it goes over the high. It won't hit. You won't get hit by it. All right. So, yeah, pretty good. If you go into hitman, I don't think it gives you that much distance. So be careful. Just a little bit. Not too much. All right. All right. So good stuff. Recap useful moves. Useful moves. Recap. 1. Right kick. This while running. Oh yeah, Impad is okay while running. This for Mishima or any other character, actually. This is good for everybody, especially for Mishima. This, that, and this right here. Okay. The last video I made, I kind of went over moves that are useless. I'm gonna rephrase that, and I'm gonna say moves to watch out for. So here's one move right here. It's badass, right? It's 3 awesome, huge hits, but it's actually not that awesome. Because watch this. It's all highs, okay? The only time you use all 3 is, number 1, if you know it's going to hit them. Good luck with that. Usually what happens is they block the second hit and they deduct the third. So you can stop at the second hit. Stop right here and go into hitman if you want, or just block, because you're not at an advantage. You're not in a good position if they block this. Okay, so be careful with the uses. However, this move is good also for the wall. For example, if they're there, well, for example, if they block the first hit and they want to kind of try to hit you during the second one, if the second one does hit, what happens is you could wall combo them. See, it actually counters. Alright. But if it does counter and you do a third hit, it's kind of useless. I mean, you can't do anything. So, if you're against the wall, don't do a third hit. You can if you want. If you do a third hit and hits them, this is what's going to happen. I mean, you combo, whatever, but they're going to duck it. I guarantee it. So, just do a second hit. If you're by the wall, you know, just do a wall combo, whatever. Right? Another one is that you got to be careful is this move right here. That third hit, or the fourth hit, if you want to count that, is a high, so they can dodge that. Let me show you an example. Okay, so that's a middle. Hold on. Okay, I need to watch Ares' videos more so I know how to do this training stuff better. Okay, that's good. Okay, so it's a high. So if they block it, if they block this move, they're gonna duck the third one. All right. So be careful when you use it. However, if you counter hit all of them, it's all gonna hit. So watch out for that. It's not a useless move. It's a very strong one. If you do it against the wall, if you do it against the wall, you can go into a combo. All right. So maybe you could do this, bam, bam, bam. All right. Yeah. So that's the moves to watch out for. Okay. So let's talk about some wall stuff. Alright, so we're against the wall, okay? What do I do? What's good for me? Let's talk about combos on the wall a little bit first, that's fine. So let's say you were able to wall splat him like that. I recommend just doing that. Why doing that? Why not, you know, something really cool like this? More damage? It's because that was 67 damage, right? Hold on. See how much the first one was. It's because so it's weaker, right? It's because it puts you in a good spot. It actually does more damage. Hold on. So do that, bam, bam, and that's gonna hit him for sure, 100%. Right? And if you do this, you're not in a good spot. You kind of stop afterwards. If you do this, you can do more. I mean, you're a hitman, whatever. You can slide, do this, whatever. They're in a very bad spot. They don't want to be in that spot, and then you putting them in that position is the best thing you can do, right? So I recommend just doing this combo on the wall. Now, if they're really up high, for example, you can do this. Oh, sorry. You can put enough. You can do an extra hit there. Like that. Okay. So if you're doing a carry them to the wall, doing that, whatever, and then you end up doing this afterwards, and they're up really high, you can do that. It's very strong. Actually, there's one more kind of useful move I want to talk about that I didn't mention in my other video, and I failed to mention here. There's this move right here. Let me just block everything. Hold on. So what's happening here is after this little somersault he does, you're not at a frame advantage. They can jab you afterwards, but yeah, I don't think you're at a frame advantage. So if they don't jab you, you can do this to them. Okay. A lot of newbies get hit by this all the time because they think, you know, like laws move like that, they get launched afterwards, right? Lee too. You can get launched, but this will not get launched. See, this too. Some mix-up you can do, just sidestep. That's fine. All right, so. Yeah, sorry, that's a useful move to go to. However, what we gotta be careful for is if you get to the higher ranks, this isn't gonna work because after this second hit, before your somersault comes out, he can jab you, and he can jab you while you're in midair. If you've noticed, there's a small pause between the second kick and that third somersault that comes out. See, if they jab you, they get you in midair. So be careful with that. The good players will know that. So if somebody's punching spam after that second kick, they're gonna take it into a combo. Be careful. What can I do to mitigate that? Do this, or do a second kick. Now, the difference between this kick and this somersault, I can move afterwards. This, on the other hand, I can't move. Okay, and you're not at a, I wouldn't say frame advantage, but you can't pull this off. So this is the key move, right? Great. So yeah, those are the moves to watch out for, and that's the wall stuff. Let's kind of beat up the CPU a little bit to see if I could show you some examples of me, you know, kind of showing that. I'd rather do it online, but see, that I did a right kick after that. You see how I missed that? Whoa, nice. Okay. Get your distance. Yeah, see, some moves can hit you after that, so I can launch that. Alright, see if I can. See, like, he couldn't hit me. If he jabbed, he would have got me there. Alright. It's kind of boring. Sorry. Some things I like to do. If I'm in Hitman, I like to slide far away. You gotta be pretty quick. I'm pretty quick. I am very quick. Okay. This is my secret, but you remember, this is a huge secret of mine that I've been kicking people's asses with. Is after this, remember I told you you can jab me afterwards? Well, there's a move where I can duck immediately. It's this right here, and it'll counter hit them too. If you know they're gonna do a high, it's this move. See how I kind of duck? If I do this, and they try to pull a high on me, I'm gonna counter hit them, and it's gonna hurt like hell. All right. I'll give you an example of what happens if he gets hit by that. Yeah, there you go. Alright. So Hitman at the wall is pretty interesting too. You can do that. It'll wall splat him. So they have a 50-50 chance here. Either I do that, or they get ouch, on the wall. Right? Oh, here's one more Hitman after I talked about. I recommend doing that all the time if you do not hit them. The reason is if they guard all of that, they're gonna launch you. You need to get back. You're so vulnerable afterwards. But if you get in a Hitman stance and they think they can hit you, they're dead wrong. They might be able to. I recommend blocking if you can. But if they throw a jab and you know you can hit them with that, go ahead and do that. Alright. What else do I do? I like to go back into Hitman afterwards because it makes them think they're finished or I'm finished. Alright. This is new move. Another hard thing actually that I don't talk about Lee is it's not really hard, but you don't see pros using it that much. Is this right here? You see, there's that. But if the third hit, if you press the button right on the frame, okay, that's what happens. Alright, and if you do that against the wall, you take them into a combo. It's a high, by the way, so they can duck it. That's why if they do block it, you get into hitman, right? So what happens if you don't pull it off? See, it doesn't do combo. So, alright, you're gonna have to practice that. Alright, that about cuts it for Lee. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be doing some Lars. I made it to red rank with Lars Tekken 6. I'm gonna be doing some Claudio and some Shaheen. I picked up Shaheen Claudio because Shaheen was the closest to Lee that I got when Tekken 7 came out. I got up to Genbu with him, or sorry, Byakko, it's the little white tiger rank. So I know him a little bit, not as much as Lee. Alright, thank you guys very much.